All right, let's see if I can see your comments. Cause you're, oh, I can see. All right, and there is one thing. Today we're going to continue our discussion about staying motivated when your body doesn't want to. Oh my goodness. When you don't feel like even fixing yourself something to eat, you want to give up, right? We've got to stay in the game. How do we stay in the game? When I've had MS now 38 years, I was officially diagnosed, I think, 32 years ago. But to be honest with you, dealing with that all the time is exhausting. Yeah, doing the physical therapy, maintaining the most of your mobility. It's not fun. At first it's fun, right? At first it's fun. I was a heavy set gal, and then I decided I was going to keep walking because I was confined to a wheelchair in Seattle, 1993. I was confined to the wheelchair. No, it was 1995. I was confined to the wheelchair. And I realized that I was married to a pilot. He was with the military off someplace for a couple weeks, and I was there trying to figure out how I was going to get up the stairs, bathe, get changed. So I had to call friends. And luckily in the military, a lot of people came by and helped, and brought them home to take care of me. But to be honest with you, somebody brought me a wheelchair, and I used it as a walker. Hi, David. Hi there. But I used it as a walker. I had to walk. I had to step one. I did walking lunges till I was confined to the wheelchair. Till I this is relapsing remitting. All right, I had so I was able to walk 5 miles, 5 miles, and that was my favorite thing to do. Problem is that I've had it so long that the doctor, everybody, physical therapists are like, you know what? You going for long walks with your AFO or your hip flexor system device, packing your walker. It's not good because some of us walk, we pull on different muscles, and with me, I walk with a stiff leg. If So you're jamming that into your hip. You're jamming your leg into your hip. So it pulls you off balance. So there's meaningful exercises. It's the rocking horse lunges, where you're holding on to two things and you're putting strength on your front leg, and then you're going on your back leg. So you're doing a front lunge and then a back high fall. We have to do that to stay in the game. All right. I don't know. This chair, my office chair, keeps sinking. But it's always something. It's always something. By the way, I don't know who's watching this who lives near Harrisburg. Before I thought my car part was in Long Island. It's not Long Island. The only car part I need to drive for my disability vehicle, which puts a scooter on the back of my car, is it's located in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So of course I will figure out how to get it. I want the body shop to order it. It's been 3 months since I've had this. And the reason why I say that is because I can put my walker in it. What I love about it is I can put my scooter on the back. Now, why do we use scooters or walking aids? We use it to conserve energy so we can use our body the way it's supposed to be used. Uh, like arm rotation. We have to do things. We have to strength training on our hands, dexterity stuff because we end up dropping everything. I know I'm not special. All of us. All I will tell you is that I'm quick to laugh at everything. Of course, aren't there celebrities who was diagnosed with MS and wrote books that say laughing all the way, squeaky, laughing, how to keep your joy. It's like, yeah, you have to laugh. Yeah, you just have to laugh. You have to laugh, you know. You have to laugh. I have to laugh. I feel like anyway, we have to meaningfully stay in the game. We have to be motivated. The busy bee, how do you stay motivated? Paul, how do you? I've been fighting. How do you do that? And I'm telling you what, there is something that is life changing for me, uh, and it's called green crack. It's medical marijuana. It's green kush. It gives you energy. It elevates your mood. I need that. I need that for this. By the way, I've discovered that because the doctor, remember the doctor told me, Dulcie, you need to stop walking, you need to stop swimming, you need to continue lifting weights. Well, I've lifted weights for so long. I don't want to do a push up anymore. Who wants to do that? It's kind of like flossing your teeth, world. You don't have to, right? I had a dentist that had a sign, and it's you do not have to floss all your teeth, just the ones you want to keep. All right, so it's like flossing your teeth. You don't have to lift weights. You just don't. You don't. Only if you only lift weights on the muscles you intend to use in the future, and you hope to. And yeah, it's not. We're guess what? We're not special. Well, actually, we are special. We're special because everybody is supposed to work out to make the most of their bodies and of life and just be in a better mood. It's true. Everybody's supposed to do that. We are special because when we're diagnosed, we are now. Hi there. Yeah, when we're diagnosed, I was thinking about you, Diana. I was thinking there is. I was thinking about you. I was thinking because axonics. I wanted to talk about the bladder stimulation thing again, but we do we. You know what? And we, the world likes to call us warriors, right? We keep pushing. Uh, I can't, keep pushing. I thought I was misdiagnosed by my general practitioner, so I went to get clarification with my neurologist. Now, my general practitioner said I had relapsing progressive, so that. So I was thinking, this is great. I have a friend who just got diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, and I've had this so long, and I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm sitting on the couch, and I'm thinking, oh, this is great. That means that no matter how much squats or exercises I do, I'm gonna lose it anyway. It is basically relapsing progressive is the same thing as primary progressive, but it's where your body starts off with relapsing remitting, And you know what? I think that is true because I have two diseases. So it's aggressive disease that's relapsing remitting. Remember, we separated MS into two types of diseases, right? Active, active is relapsing remitting. That's the inflammation part of our bodies, right? And then progressive, progressive is a second thing, and we it's a secondary. It is damage that was done in the last 10 years that now seems to be getting worse. All right. So I thought that was relaxing progressive. So I'm thinking, progressive. I don't have to, I can sit on the couch and get fat and happy and not work out and be like a queen and to I can be like King Henry VIII. Bring me stuff. No, no. You know what? My neurologist said, no, you know what? We're not even going to worry about this stuff up to 10 years ago. What we are rehabbing and staying in the game and overcoming is the attacks we've had within the last 10 years. That is the active attacks that we have to learn how to use our body. Remember in 2017, I had a catastrophic attack due to, I think it's medical malpractice, but you know, I I don't know. I had that. I had many lesions in my brain, on my C spine, and a couple of my spine. All right. The problem, the biggest symptom, was that I lost my ability to sit up, to hold myself up. So there's my scooter behind me. I had to be tied to it. You know, my husband tied. I couldn't even sit on the couch because couldn't stay up. So I had to be braced up. What that means, that was in 2017. That went away. But guess what? Now 2022, I have dizzy problems. Like dizzy problems. So what do I have to do? I have to do practicing uh, my body, feeling my body, balancing exercises. I have to do that because my body has got to overcome the lesions on my C spine that's going to make me dizzy. Uh, that is making me dizzy. So anyway, what you look at is the last 10 years. Uh, uh, you know what? Life, MS is, hi Ruth, hi Don. MS is MS is just life on steroids, right? It's like we become premature old people, right? We start taking ditropan at 30. How are you, Ruth? It's good to see you. Um, but we start taking ditropan. We start to talk about circulation problems. We you know, it's crazy. And you know what? I get the contrast MRI only when I think I'm having actually active lesions. And Diana, I had Lyme disease way back twice. The Lyme Richter's got up. So you know what? MS manifests itself after the perfect storm of events uh, happen, because I think everybody's got, a lot of us have the gene susceptibility, and all of a sudden things have to line up. Things have to line up. Say you had Epstein's Barr syndrome, or you had mono, or with me, I everybody had mono around me. I never got it, and I drank from the same thing. I thought I was immune. Like the little bratty kids that roll in poison ivy, saying, "I don't get it, I don't get it." And one day they're covered. That may have got me. Epstein's Barr. Now they say that if you didn't have enough vitamin D3, if you didn't get enough sun, if you ate poorly, if you were under stress, get a lot of head injury. Oh my gosh. I, you know, I didn't know I was gonna start talking about the stars lining up. If you have a family history, it's like you're making a goulash soup, right? A goulash soup. You have the stock pot, which is the gene. We have that stock pot on that. And what happens, right? All of a sudden, life, we start throwing different things. We start smoking when we're teenagers. That's going to screw up one of our DNA somehow. And maybe we did stupid stuff as teenagers. I was a wild child, so you throw that in. How did you hurt yourself? How did you? You know, it's true. I discovered that the flu vaccination was making me sicker then, so I haven't had that in probably 12 years. I don't get the flu vaccination. I wash my hands. Yeah, you know what? And yeah, it is. Now let me see if you can't hear me, huh? Ruth, all right. Let me see. Let me see. All right. See. All right. Can you hear me now? All right. Can you hear me now? Sarah, you know what? I spent 4 years in Seattle, Fredman, Tacoma, Kirkland, uh, but also the bladder stimulation that everybody seems to ask me about. It's axonic. It's an implant. Here is the remote, right? I'm going to show you the remote. I turned it on, so you hit that, and see it's trying to locate in my body. Right? I'm going to show you. I turned it off last night because when I turned it on, do you see it's on one, right? When I turned it on, I've been walking around. I'm going to increase it. So I push the up button. Ooh, I feel that. 3. I'm going to do 3 because I can slightly feel that. And all it does is it bypasses my nerves. So you know how the reason why we have problems with our bladder is because we have a spinal lesion, probably around D7, and what that does is it stops the nerve when your bladder sends a message to your brain and says, it's time for you to go to the bathroom. Well, it's like there's a traffic jam. The message from your bladder is going up, and it's trying to go up to the brain, and by the time it gets up, hi, Anna Marie. I saw your live, by the way. I saw your live. I love that. Anyway, so your bladder is trying to tell your brain to get to the bathroom. By the time it gets beyond the lesion on your spine, the message gets there. Your bladder's like, no, you know what? Uh, uh, I've been trying to get you to go to the bathroom, and you've been ignoring me. So that's what happens. Your bladder gives up. What this does, the stimulation does, is it's a constant pacemaker up your spine, and it interferes with voiding, the immediate voiding, all of a sudden, uh, yeah, yeah, all of a sudden, yeah, yeah. So combine this with medication. Combine that with behavior modification. Just because you have a bladder stimulation, and I like Exonic because you can, it's MRI approved. You can turn it off for MRIs, and I like that. The other one, a little iffy. So, but I like that. So, but there's behavior modification. You have to go to the bathroom before you leave. When you get there, go to the bathroom. When you know what, just do it. Do it because we tend to be like little children. Right? We you don't do what we're supposed to do. No, you know what, Gina? That's a good question. Gina asked, "Does the conduct frequency?" And you saw me turn that up. Does going up my spine work on any other symptoms? And the answer to that is for bowel incontinence, it works, and the bladder is a big thing, but it's kind of what I find it need is to have a remote control to my bladder. Uh, Yeah, and Maria, we all take medication for our bladder until it doesn't work anymore, and they change us from Vesicare to Ditropan, and so if your bladder medication's not working for you right now, what you should do is call your neurologist and ask them, or your. I know what I was going to say to you, Diana. I I was praying. I was thinking about you. All right, let me finish what I was going to say. Um, Talk to your urologist, your neurourologist if you have advanced, uh, and talk to them about changing medication because your body gets used to the medication. Diana, all right. Diana, do you have a neurogenic urologist? He specializes in MS, or she does. I have a neurogenic. We people with advanced, yeah, I'm sure, because that's pretty specialized. But there's two in Maryland, and I go to one of them. Uh, but it's a drive. So, Anne Maria, it's wonderful that the medication. I take two ditripans in the morning, right? 10 milligrams. I do that. I have the stem, and then with the behavior modification, it's that work. Oh, you don't what? Diana says, I don't. Let's see, I did it in New York. What did you do in New York? Self catheter, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Anne Marie, yours has been helping. Anna Marie, I know you've had MS. Gosh, how long have you had MS? Because I've known you a long time here in Bel Air, and you have MS. But yeah, Harrisburg. If you're watching this, I put out a Harrisburg. How close is Harrisburg from Bell? I got to figure that out because I'm going to get my car. I'm not buying a new car. I'm not, you know, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Anyway, 30, but yeah, that didn't answer the question. Amber, how long have you had MS? Ah, all right, for 13 years. Okay. Ruth is sharing that she uses a catheter to remove residual urine that is left after voiding. You know what? And what Ruth's talking about is huge because the reason why we get UTIs is because we've got stale urine left in our bladder. It's stale urine, and what she does is she uses the catheter to drain everything. If you or if you are impatient person like me, and you just don't want to sit on the toilet and wait to the last drop, squeeze, pump on your bladder or the front of your bladder, anything to get the last bit, right? If then maybe a catheter is to drain the last bit of urine, especially before you go to bed. I think it's a good thing, but you have to be so careful because those catheters, unless you're clean, completely clean, before you put that catheter in, you can have a UTI introduced. Now you put the germs into your. Don't do it. Switch. Don't do it. Don't do it. So you got to be really clean. There's a special wipes that you got to be clean. So this is something that Ruth is doing, Diana, that is really so maybe with urgency. The three things that work with bladder is urgency. Uh, where do you know what? Where do you guys get? Maybe I need to talk to. It's called a neurourologist. All right, and they specialize. Google, Diana. Look for urologists that specialize in neurogenic bladders, because the problem with going to a regular urologist that doesn't specialize in that, he looks. It's like going to a neurosurgeon for MS. A neurosurgeon is a mechanic. A lot of urologists is like, oh, the car. Think of your body as a car. The car has this problem, and then if we remove this axle, it'll work better. So Diana, there's a chance that they're looking at doing something mechanically by removing your bladder when the problem is neurogenic. It's a neurogenic bladder, so that has to be taken in consideration. Uh, um, and your urologist may I don't know. I don't know, but uh, you're in Arizona, and there is a couple people. Anyway, yeah, neurogenic bladder urologists that specialize in neurogenic bladder, and that is when you've had MS and your medication is not working for you anymore, and you're having accidents. This isn't a bladder problem. We get good bladders, most of us, and you have good bladders. Why do they want to remove something that works? But our nerves just don't know how to work it, right? So we have to be friendly. It's how do you stay in the game when you don't want to? Well, all right. It's kind of like my Mazda that I my scooter. It's been out of commission in the shop for 3 months. I call up the body shop and I say, what are we waiting for? Oh, all parts are on back order, right? I'm like, what part do you need? He gives. I call Mazda. He tells me what he needs. They give me the part number. I do a nationwide search because I'm thinking, well, maybe I need to drive and get it. Because I've got MS. Guess what? There is no obstacle we can't overcome. There is no. There's limitations to the improvement that it will happen. But I'll tell you what. So thank you, Ruth, for participating and helping out, helping us to look at this. Uh, And Gina's saying it's not a sterile technique, it's a clean technique. Once you get the neck of it, it becomes second nature. And their one-time use sterile small intermittent catheter placed just to open the door and not to go right up into the bladder. That's it. Thank you for sharing that, Gina. Thank you for. But again, it's we have to recognize when somebody says no, what that means. Just because they say it can't be done, uh, doesn't doesn't mean it can't be done. People who say it can't be done are people who don't believe in God, because God can do all things, right? God can do all things, all things. So this body shop guy, he says your car is going to be here forever because they're not even scheduled to manufacture this part until the summer. It's back ordered. So all right, they're basically saying, yeah, forget it, it's back ordered. So that appears like you've walked into a wall. All right, you've had an attack. You don't feel like walking. Your legs won't move. You're weak. You drop everything. All right, same thing. And the doctor's like, you've got MS, and that sucks. So, except my body shop said, oh, the part has a shortage all over, and yeah, it's just going to be here forever. You just give me the frickin' part. So I got the part. I found it. Hopefully, I found it. It's listed on the computer as place and has it. Four different parts, right? So I'm willing to drive the 3 hours. Of course, what am I going to drive? My scooter. Might take me. That's all right. I'll bring my scooter and get warmed up, and I'll drive north. And it may take me 4 days or 5 days for them to get that part. So there, there's craziness. There's craziness. There's the crazy amount of effort it will take to get this part. But the point is that be uh, uh, it can be, oh boy, 43 inch. That scares me. That's good. But it can be done. It can be done. So I have to ask you, who's crazy? Who's crazier? The person who sits on the couch and says, I don't have a car. My husband's working. I don't have a car. I've got no means. Other and the body shop says that you're going to be stuck like that forever until we get the body part in. Or is it the fact that there is a solution? It's just we've got to be willing to do it. I got to be willing to get this part at all costs. I may call in some favors. I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it. I called the body shop. I said, I want you to call this monster dealership and get that part. I'm gonna figure out how to get it. All right, pay for it, and that's my part. I'm gonna get it. It's the last thing they need to put my car together. So now that metaphor, making that happen in an area, in nobody's car is getting repaired. That means be really careful. Be very careful because no cars are getting repaired now. Part shortage, right? So what I want to say is that if I can make it so that my car can get fixed and nobody else is, right? If I can do that, then getting over or doing a squat on legs that won't work that got so weak because guess what? Our blood it gets so weak. Or it may be unbelievably hard, Diana, to address the fact that you want to keep your bladder, and then the urologist wants you to have it removed. Hey there, Dina. Anyway, um, so he wants to have it removed. He wants to keep your bladder in the bladder shop, right? Permanently. Right. And you're like, nah, I'm going to keep my bladder, but it needs a couple straps. Uh, uh, stupid. I don't know what that means, but I'm so glad you're here. Anyway, so how do you keep your stuff, right? How do you keep, how do you get, you know, tremoring? You, Tina, all right, it's the tremors. Yeah, it's the tremors. And you know what? A good solution for tremors, no, don't give up. Can you get the little hand weights? They're little roll-on round gray. I think Amazon, and they weight your hand down enough that it's not so ataxia. It's not so ataxia. I'm ataxia is this, right? Tremors. Tremors make it hard when you pick up a cup and you've got water in it. It's all over the place, so it's beside you. So what I'm saying is that Tina, uh, look at their weights are only, I think they're 1 pound or a half pound. You have to get really lightweight and do that. All diazepam for and that's the problem because diazepam is Valium, and diazepam stays in your system for a long time, makes you sleepy, and the tremors. I don't know. All right, so see, Ruth is saying, if Ruth has been catheterizing for 20 years, in the beginning, you're giving a low antibiotic to avoid UTI. So, oh my God. All right, see more. I'm trying to see more. Oh, all right. And once you are cultured, all right, that is good to know. That is good. Dina, you know what, Dina, that's funny. That's like me. Uh, I, I, I am so fatigued, but my brain is so active. So I have to get things in order. Uh, and I'll tell you, I can't believe I've been doing this medical marijuana because of you guys there for 7 months. 7 months. Oh, I've spent so much money, wasted so much money. And the thing that really works, do not do smoke this if you have hi Rob, if you have anxiety. But if you I can't get anxious about anything. I can't. But green crack it, and I like vaporize because doing a all right, it's green kush. Gives you energy. I like it because it. I feel like my brain is different than my body, so they go at different speeds. Kind of like your car. If you put the bad gas in it, it pings, it doesn't perform right. But yet your foot, the brains, and you're like, get the car going, and it won't go right? So what I like about the medical marijuana is that it aligns my brain with my body, and that's what I like. If at the end of the day, if my body is sleepy and my brain's like, let's do something, let's do something productive, right? I want my brain to slow down. Bubba Kush is the one that I really like. There's blue cheese. There's number of strains that that just are papaya. I love that strain. It's in the evening. You don't want to smoke before you go to sleep. It'll make you go to sleep, but eventually it'll help you go to sleep. But this here, Tina, you said currently getting a 2-day steroid infusion. If you need help which strain of weed to use or Dulci, let me know. Hubby is an expert. Uh, you know what, Tina? Ask your hubby and report back to us next Tuesday about green crack. Green crack. Uh, um, Mimosa is another strain that is supposed to be like euphoric because what is the claim of fame? It's an antidepressant. Yeah, yeah, I do too. It's the only thing in the morning that this weirds me out. I never really understood that how can being on camera and reading this and reading that and looking at you guys and praying and being in your world, it just how does that take the life out of me? It actually makes me when I'm done with this, I am so sleepy. And last Tuesday, let me tell you, hi Linda. Last Tuesday, I told you guys that I was going to swim. I swam. I swam. Um, so when I was done, because it was icing, I swam. But I just, I need to be a better instrument of God's peace by being a good steward of the things I have. All right, I'm a good steward of my body. Uh, I worked out on last um, Thursday, Friday. I took a break on Saturday and Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, today's Wednesday. I have been doing something. Now my gym actually they're highlighting each person or member of the week, and I'm going to be the member of the week. So there's going to be a photo shoot. Silly, and they're like, oh, you gotta put on your makeup, your smoke and mirror. I'm thinking, no, I don't think so. Because they laugh at me. I say, when I show up on Tuesdays and Thursdays, they're like, whoa, because I've got this. Look at my makeup. I've got extreme makeup on, smoke and mirrors. So when I go there on Tuesdays and Thursday, or on other days, and I have no makeup on, they're, you're they like, who cares how you look? Let's see, don't shop, call them different things. Well, you know what, Gina? Actually, if just you research green crack, if you the strain green crack, you'll find out that it was originally called green Kush, and Snoop Dogg. I hate to use it because he renamed it. The name stuck, and now everybody loves it. Anything I have to read on my phone, I feel physically exhausted. You know what? Shutting their brain off to sleep. I can't do it. I can't do it because I'm hyper. I'm hyper mentally. I'm hyper. If I don't smoke do a hit of one of those nighttime streams, and I get what I discovered early on is that when I got the medical marijuana card, I made it very clear I do not want to get high. I don't want to get high. Guess what? When they gave me nothing but the CBD strains, Dennis, hi Dennis. LDN is low dose naproxen, not naloxone. low dose naloxone, and there is studies that show that it removes pain. Uh, it helps pain. So, Tina, that is Ruth is recommending. You might want to try that, or you might want to look into LDN. Dennis, if your computer, if you do LDN, comma multiple sclerosis, everything you want to know. I think there's a Facebook group, LDN, all over. And I'll tell you, it's like it's been used for 20 years since I started all my video channels. Uh, but you know what, Tina, a lot of times anything. All right. And a lot of that is us lacking the discipline to calm our mind. You ever sit, you ever sit, close your eyes and just try to sit there for 1 minute, then try 2 minutes, and try to sit not doing anything. You know what? It's funny. Mom came by to pick me up to bring me to the gym yesterday because I have no car because the Mazda. And anyway, won't go back over that. She went. She says, "I'll pick you up at 11:30." And you know what? And Brian was working, and at 9, trying to get my clothes on, trying to feed the dogs, trying to get something together to eat for breakfast, get ready for the gym. So she comes into the house and she's looking at me. She says, "Are you ready?" I never stopped. I never sat down. And yet, after standing a while, there comes a point where your legs are like, "No, can you just sit down?" And I don't even want to go in the kitchen because I know if I don't bring a walker in the kitchen, everything it's effort. It's effort. It's effort. When I say it's effort, I just need to smoke some green crack. It really it's good. It gives you a little drive. Paper physically exhausting. Yes, Jessica, I'm glad you asked. Jessica, if you can rewind this and watch from the beginning, all right, you have MS. Guess what? When we're diagnosed with MS, they come in and they say, "Oh, and you've relapsing remitting MS, and you have a it's disabling." So it's important that you just stay on a disease modifying medication. Guess what? The day you're diagnosed with MS is the very day. Hi, Bianca. All right. The day you're diagnosed with MS is the day a trainer needs to come in and sit down after the doctor says you have MS. He walks out, and now the fitness guru comes in, the Olympic trainer, and he tells you, guess what? This is the first day of you entering the Olympics for life because you have no choice, right? And what I was saying, um, Jessica, I had a dentist. It's kind of like flossing your teeth. You don't have to floss your teeth, just the ones you want to keep, right? So think of that. You don't have to lift weights on to keep your muscles in tone. You don't have to do that. But if the muscles you want to use in the future, you need to lift weights. If you intend to use it, you got to use it. And the weight bearing exercise, I'll tell you what, even if it's isometrics, even if it's using, hi, Frank, yeah, I'll tell you what, that Adderall, you have to be careful of Adderall too for motivation because Adderall and Ritalin and all that kind of stuff is methylphenidate, all that stuff interferes with sleep within the 24 hours of when you took it. So, because I was given Ritalin, I'm a ADHD, and I'm hyperactive always before there's medication. Uh, yeah, you know what? It's Tina. That's in everybody. No, it's Provigil, Nuvigil, Ritalin, Adderall, methylphenidate, all of that. Anybody with MS that is dealing with exhaustion, you can ask your doctor for a prescription for that. But there's side effects. Some people, insomnia, anxiety, heart rate. So you have to go and you have to talk to your doctor because I'm not a doctor. We all can recommend what works for us, and it works for Tina for 7 years. But we have to again, don't run down and get green crack or green kush or catheters or anything without talking to your doctor because this is just a think bucket for people with MS. And Bruce, I can't believe how you are helping us. And your plant, you know what, Tina and Gina, and you are the heavy hitters, of course, and Diana, what I need you to do, and Dennis, as always, love you dearly. Uh, uh, and Ruth is saying Adderall did not do a thing for me. I was on the highest, safest dose. Yeah. So Adderall didn't work. Didn't work for me. Remember amitriptyline? They were amitriptyline, the amantadine. That was it. Amantadine. That didn't do anything. Yeah, the Ritalin, the generic Ritalin, I have problem with all of the ADHD, the neurostimulant is that you take it and you crash. It'll keep you up for about 2 hours, or 2 or 3 hours, and all of a sudden you crash. All right, it looks like it doesn't matter. But so you have to be aware of Siler, very Dennis. They took Siler off the market because Siler was a why. I didn't know because remember they wanted a Siler is an antidepressant and they would prescribe that to people with MS thinking that it would reduce our ability to feel the pain. It would reduce that neurogenic pain, the pain, the phantom pain, the the pain that can't be charted, but we perceive. Lyrica is great medicine for that pain, great medicine. But the problem is that there's side effects with all of these. And Gina's reminding us that there's the bladder medication, modafinil, modafinil, modafinil is what is used. It works for me, but is it modafinil? Isn't that urine for your bladder? Uh, and then Tina, all right, silent? No, no. All right, I'm trying to. If I am double talking, I'm trying to read. Frank, chime in. Chime in, Frank. I haven't heard from you. And Dennis, because you just said hi, right? Yaka. Dennis. All right. Adderall is energy medication. All right. For Vinyaka, uh, how do you motivate yourself for further work? You're taught, people at the gym say that we need to be on schedules. And I say, gosh, I've had MS so long that I used to be a person with schedules. Schedules don't work with me because it's like I get the tide. You know, we all have a tide of energy that all of a sudden it's like you get this bound of energy and you got to do something productive. Uh, all right, modafinil. Modafinil is for mental alertness, and it works for Gina. Yeah, and she doesn't take it past me. It's that's what I was saying. So, how do you stay motivated? You know how you do it. You you become your own disciplinarian. You demand obedience. You become aware of your body and the waves of energy and the peaks and valleys. And when a wave's coming, right, you're setting up to go body. Get ready when it comes to do something productive. All right, when it comes. So every time you've got that wave of because they come in threes, one, two, three, and then relax in between. So you've got to do that. You, but you can't let yourself get away with stuff. Get away with stuff. Getting away with eating cheesecake for breakfast because it's easier than making an egg. It just all right. That's what I thought. Siler's still good. Siler is still. So Dennis corrected himself. Siler is still around. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So anyway, we have to stay motivated. We have to be disciplinarians. We have to exercise. We have to do squats. Uh, um, if you go to the MS Society, there's exercise. It's MS Foundation actually. Uh, they have, but you know what? They have exercises that it is so good how to keep everything moving. Your arms, your core, your spine, your pelvis, your legs, your butt, uh, your balance, everything. Your elbows, your hands. We got to do it all. We have to do it. All right. So I know it's the top of the hour. So what have we learned today? We've learned to how do we stay in the game? All right, how do we stay? Because guess what? Like when we were diagnosed with MS, a Sherpa should have come in and said, guess what? Life is now going to be about climbing Mount Everest every day of your life. Every day of your life. And the longer you live with MS, the harder it's going to get, but it's going to be rewarding. So we have to, and it's discipline. We have to, instead of saying, gosh, this sucks, I've done this all along, I don't want to do it anymore. Instead of saying this, instead of saying, you know what, this is great. Just get in the gym, do something, even if it's wrong, for 15-minute blocks. Do things for 15-minute blocks. Yeah. But the MS Society is, yeah, the MS Society now, I have working with the foundation and the association to get a walk-in shower. So the MS navigators are incredible. If you follow through and you do what they ask, right? Three quotes, yeah, and you just there's just a ton of stuff. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for participating. Thank you guys. Oh my gosh, this is free. You guys, the love you have for each other. and for me and for all for desiring everybody with this disease just to live a little easier. All right, and you're every one of you who have bothered to type in anything has helped another person because and you've made I can't believe the love and the comfort. And we need it. We have MS. We need it because we lack kindness, right? So when you hear somebody talking to you and they're not being kind to you, and you feel like your buddies aren't being kind to you, it's you just it's crazy. So this here is a kind, loving hour. Tuesdays and Thursdays. I need to move this. I'm gonna move my channel to probably to Rumble. I need to yeah, get this on another platform. There's a couple things. But until then, I love you guys. Remember, we're not doctors. Anything you heard here is based on uh, um, our own opinion on what works for us. So take the information you hear here, go to your doctor. If you want to try medical marijuana because the classic drugs that they give you at the pain clinic, they're just getting you high. Or if you want to try, do yourself a favor, go to a local dispensary, walk in, and ask them, how do I get this stuff? They'll because they can do it cheap. They can do it cheap. You know what? I am grateful for you, Ruth. Uh, you just we just became Facebook friends. Are you in Meerkats? And are you able to get on YouTube? YouTube, don't Google that. But anyway, I love you all. Let me pray us out, dear Heavenly Father. Thank you. Thank you for working through everyone. Thank you just for the participation and the wonderful hope that you've given each of us and the motivation, Lord, to stay in the game when nobody wants to stay in the game. But we are blessed because, like James 4, I think it was 4:16, where you talk about we're all part of a cloud, right? We're just a bit of myth. Nobody's more important than the next person, but if we cleave together, we might be able to share something that will help another person. And I just thank everybody here today. And I ask you, make us all instruments of thy peace, teach us obedience, and teach us discipline. May we be disciplined and look to you. In Jesus' name I give thanks. Amen. All right. All right. Love you all, and I will have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you on Tuesday, right? All right, Ruth.